Hey guys, Sean Bougie, surplusfundsriches.net. This video is going to be about scaling. I get this question a lot. Sean, how can I get to 100,000? How can I get to 250,000? How can I scale this business and create, basically a legacy that level of profit? How can I get to that level of profit? And before I go into that, real quick, obviously there's certain things that you need to understand about the business. First off, if you're going to scale this business, surplus funds recovery, if you're going to scale that, then you need the best mousetrap. You need the best system available. You need something that uses different techniques than anyone else. We've been doing this over 15 years. We have worked over 20,000 cases. We are the GOAT. We are the guys that have been doing this longer than anybody else. And we have different ways of doing it. We always use attorneys, regardless. Even if it's a claim form type of state, we always use attorneys, and we always use a structured buyout. We actually give people, and by the way, we'll partner with you on this, so you don't have to come up with money or anything like that beyond the purchase of the program. We use a structured buyout. Somebody's owed 50 grand, I'm going to give them 5 grand within 10 business days, 2 weeks after they sign our agreement. And then I'll give them the rest of whatever we agree to when we successfully get it out. Now, having said all that, different program, we will partner with you. We have 2 different surplus funds programs. One, your job is to just go get your own list, take that list, research the debt. Not hard to get lists, guys. Research the debt that was against the property, make sure there wasn't additional debt, fill out a worksheet, turn it in. We'll do the rest if you want to partner with us. And by the way, the programs teach you how to do it on your own, mortgage and tax overages, but we'll do the rest. We'll find them, put the deal together, hire the mobile notary and the attorney, give them 10% of the gross up front as good faith money to lock them down, and pay you 8% of the gross when we successfully get it out. 8% of whatever's being held by the court. Average deal we're working right now is around 50 grand. Average payout projected with that course at about 4 grand. The other one is the Premier 16. We give you 16% of the gross, but with that one, in addition to researching debt, you have to call them to make sure you got the right person and they're willing to speak with us. Don't have to actually negotiate the deal. You're just a funnel at that point. So a lot of people choose to get both those programs in one of the bundles. We only sell programs 2 days a month. This month, June, it's going to be the 16th and the 17th. After that, you'll have to wait till middle of July. We do that because we offer partnership options, and we like to monitor the number of people we bring on board. I have more than enough crew to handle anything that can be turned in, but we're extremely conservative that way. And let's talk about, sorry about that whole, but let's get into scaling. So the first thing, basically, I'm going to compare this to what other people are telling you online, okay? A lot of guys are saying, oh, immediately hire virtual assistants, do this, put these processes in place, and you'll be able to scale up immediately. I don't agree with that at all. I think you should learn the business inside and out. I think you should do it by yourself, at first anyway, so you can learn it completely, get your processes down, and then you're going to hire other people to help you. You're going to compartmentalize the information and the jobs, the tasks involved. You're going to compartmentalize that over a number of different people, and you're going to scale that way. Now, in order to do that, first of all, you got to have a process that works. Because we use attorneys and we use a structured buyout, we don't fall under the finder laws, so we can make a higher percentage overall because we are participating in the retrieval. We are not finders. We don't fall under those laws. That's a big deal, because if we're talking about profit, it doesn't matter how much you scale up if you've got a really tight, razor-thin profit margin, okay? You have to be able to pay your people while you're scaling. And in order to do that, you have to be able to make enough money to cover your ongoing costs and make profit. It's really that simple. I don't believe in virtual assistants. I have a crew that comes to the office, actually shows up. I know what they're saying because I can hear them. I know that I can monitor their calls because they're using my phones. I know that I can monitor what kind of volume they're doing. I can watch their numbers. I can see it. We have a board up in the office. We know exactly who's done what. I pay them extremely well. I give them full medical at my expense. They don't come out of their pocket at all for medical. And again, pay them extremely well. Give them great paid time off. a lot of holiday work, a lot of holiday time rather, off, paid. We do it a little differently. Now, if you're really looking to scale, in addition to having the right process, you are going to have a couple of key things in place. One, database management, excuse me. If you're not partnering with us, you're doing your own deals, you're going to have a cadence, right? A rotation schedule for calling these people and mailing these people, getting in touch with them. You're going to have a really good database management system where you can access all the pertinent facts about the case so that you know what you're dealing with if you get called back, or if you're dealing, when you're hiring an attorney. Besides database management, you're going to need a centralized attorney. We have a central attorney that works for us. That attorney, through their paralegal, okay, the paralegal, who we call the attorney liaison, hires the attorneys in the other states. We get a power of attorney for a central attorney. That central attorney, part of that power of attorney is that they're allowed to hire local counsel when needed in other states, which it's needed quite frequently to have local counsel represent. So having that works great. All the checks flow through our central attorney. They use a trust account to break out the payments, and you never have to worry about not being able to cash a check, okay? That's really huge with attorneys. The other thing is, guys, attorneys get the attention of the court. They can make the claim form get looked at a little bit quicker. They can, in those states where a motion is required, they can get that motion through and show up and get the money. They can, if there is a bizarre counterclaim, which happens every once in a while, they can fight that bizarre counterclaim. And believe it or not, claimants are going to lie to you. Oh, I got divorced and I got the house. The house was completely mine. I get 100% of the money. There was no divorce. Or if there was a divorce, there was no settlement regarding the house. Or if there was no deed recorded. So having the attorney to double check additional debt that you can't check online is also a huge deal. So again, let's recap real quick before we go forward. Got to have the right process in place. Something that's going to give you the best profitability and keep you legal. Okay, that means using an attorney. You need to be able to get things under contract. The structured buyout is a big hook for that. People are broke, they've lost their home. Giving them some good faith money up front is a big deal, and it shows that you're an actual player in the business. You can actually make things happen. Okay, again, if you partner with us, we'll handle that part of it for you. Okay, in addition to that, your database management's a huge deal. Having an attorney, having a structured buyout, hiring real people, not virtual assistants. And again, I need to circle back to one more thing here. You have to learn the system yourself and put a couple of deals together if you're going to be able to train other people and scale up. It is that simple. You're not going to be able to get a business in a box where you actually scale up immediately upon purchasing it. That's stupid. This is a new skill set. That means you have to learn the skill. You have to put in the time. Once you get going, the final step for me, besides database management and having your crew completely set and rolling, the final step for me is having great legal and accounting representation, having a great tax person, having a great attorney, okay? You've got to do this, guys, step by step. This is not a get rich quick. You're not going to make $1 million next year. You're going to have to put in the time, energy, money, and effort. SurplusFundsRiches.net. Sale is June 16th and 17th for this month. If you miss it, you won't be able to get on board till July. That's how we do it. No exceptions, no excuses, no rain checks. Thanks, guys.